Okay. We are ready for math today. Yeah? Thumbs up. Show me you're ready. We are going to work like mathematicians. Mathematicians, what do they do? Who can read number 1 for me? Yes.
Make sense of problems and persevere in solving them.
Make sense of problems. How do we start to make sense of problems as we read them? What is one of the first things that we can do? Yes.
Write down what you understand and what you need to understand.
As you're reading the problem, make a list of what you know and what you need to know, right? What else can you do as you're reading the problem? Yes.
Annotate the question.
Annotate the question. So coaches, help your mathlete know what's important, right? Circle and underline those important ideas and facts. So we also, as mathematicians, what else do mathematicians do? Yes, number 2.
Reason,
Abstractly.
and quantitatively.
So they reason abstractly and quantitatively. How would we reason abstractly? We're reading a question or a story about a real world thing, but what are we gonna do on our paper? What are we gonna include there? Yes.
We're not going to actually do what the real thing, but we could draw something like it and make sure that it's the same like the thing and not as real as it is.
So, yeah, we're gonna create a model. It's not a direct model. It's a model that represents, it's symbolic, right? So one model might be a drawing, that's a visual model, or we can make numeric models, right? So both of those are abstracted, not the real thing. The number 3 for 3 cookies is not 3 cookies, right? All right, what else can we do as mathematicians? Yes.
Construct viable arguments and critique the reasoning of others.
So we construct viable arguments. That means we use evidence and reasoning. And we critique the reasoning of others. So when we're looking at each other's work, we're going to be asking questions, basically, or evaluating their work. Okay. Number 4.
You have to model with mathematics.
Do we make models with mathematics?
Yes.
Absolutely. And how about number 5? Yes.
Use appropriate tools strategically.
So use those appropriate tools strategically. So a model can be a tool, your numbers can be a tool, your ruler can be a tool, but you're using them strategically. If you're gonna make a model with dots, but your number's 1,000,000, do you want to put 1,000,000 dots?
No.
Is that strategic? Is that effective?
No.
No, you want to use the appropriate tool to solve the problem in the best and most efficient way. And of course, please, 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 number 6, yes.
Attend to precision.
Attend to precision. Pay attention to those details. Make sure things match up, right?
Yes.
And if things don't match up, like your number sentence doesn't match your model, what does that mean?
There's something wrong.
That maybe there's an error somewhere that we've got to go back and troubleshoot and figure out what we did. Okay, so now you are going to work as using Rally Coach, right? Raise your hand if you're the coach. Raise your hand if you're the mathlete. So coaches, you are going to explain how to complete the task step by step, right? You're going to be very what?
Specific.
Of course, what am I going to see? How are you going to sit? Yes.
You're going to pivot towards the mathlete.
Pivoting towards the mathlete. You are going to be looking at both the
Paper.
and your
Mathlete.
And of course, you're going to be using your finger and your body to kind of help explain and know what and where to do what. Be sure to what?
Ask questions
And help athlete understand. And above all, the number 1 thing is to be
calm, respectful, and encouraging.
People can't learn when they feel afraid to make a mistake, right? So we've got to be encouraging, respectful, and calm. Now, mathletes, you're going to have your pencil in your hand. So mathletes, get your pencil in your hand. And you are going to do what?
Listen attentively.
I see you're listening, and your coach knows you're listening because you're nodding and you're looking. And of course, place the paper in the
Middle.
and pivot towards the coach, okay? Follow those instructions and be sure to what?
Ask clarifying questions.
And above all, be
Calm, respectful, and
even if they're saying something you're not quite sure about, be open to it. Of course, you can ask clarifying questions or say, can you explain more about? Or do you think it would be possible if? Can you tell me more about? And if you get really confused, hey, can we?
Back up a minute.
Or maybe, can you?
Explain that again.
And maybe, could you give me?
Another example.
And of course, coaches, if they are getting confused, instead of, just ask them, what do you understand? And get to the point where miscommunication or explanation needs to happen. And then, instead of just telling them, you can maybe ask them, what do you notice? What do you think? And explain to me what we just did after you do something. Make sure that they're along, that they're not just writing what you say, that they're actually understanding, okay? So right now, mathletes, get your pencil. Coaches, let's start reading. And I'm going to put the question up here. And secretaries, is there an extra copy? Okay, that's fine. So let's read it together, and then you're going to read it closely with your partner. So everyone our mathletes, finger on the page. Every morning, Haley goes to school with a 1-liter bottle of water. She drinks 1/4 of the bottle before school starts and 2/3 of the rest before lunch. So it says solve this problem with what?
Pictures, words, and numbers.
Please explain why it's
Reasonable.
So it's a 2-part problem. A is
What bottle does Haley drink after school starts but before lunch?
So what fraction does she drink after school starts but before lunch? Okay. And then what's B? How many milliliters are left in the bottle at lunch? Remember, milli means what?
Little.
It is smaller. A liter is a whole. Milli comes from Spanish millón, or no, mil, which is what? 1,000. So how many milliliters are in a liter? 1,000. Okay. So let's work on A. Ready, coaches?
Yes.
Ready, mathletes?
Yes.
Okay, pivot in and let's begin. Making sense of this problem.
Answer the question.
Who's the mathlete? Okay, where's your pencil? You're the mathlete? Okay.
Every morning. Should I underline that? No. You shouldn't. Do you annotate?
So make sure it's in the middle so you guys can both see. You gotta pivot in.
Every morning because she goes every morning. First draw one square.
So what are the most important parts of this? Do you think that you know every morning? Okay. What do you think, Coach?
Yeah, we can underline 2/3 of the rest before lunch.
So,
The 2/3. One-fourth of the bottle before it starts. One-fourth she drinks. So I thought, two-thirds she drinks. One-fourth. So, 1 liter.
So I see some people are even annotating and writing notes around the problem of their own thoughts. I see some people have circled where's the numeric value.
1/4. Okay, so what do we not know? What do we need to find? Times 2/3. How much she drinks for lunch. So, okay, so go ahead and write that on the side that says what we don't know. Okay. Good. Simplify.
So how's he doing, Coach?
Now, what do we square model? You know that she has a 1 liter bottle.
So your 1 liter is your whole, right? So is this your list or is this your model? Okay, did you start with what you know and what you need to know?
That.
So are you the math lady? Okay, so really help make sure that she's making sense of the problem, okay?
She drinks 1/4 of the bottle.
So how can we start to do that?
So what's 1,000?
Be sure before
Oh, we need to see how much
So I see some people have established what they know in the story, and then they have identified what they need to know.
like for us, we started.
So coaches, really work on making sure your mathletes understand the story. Okay. So what we don't know is how much she drank when. So let's go back to the story, or what's this? What fraction of the bottle does Haley drink after school starts, but before lunch? So what are we trying to figure out? How much she drank when? But before lunch, right? Okay, so do you know how much is in the bottle when school starts? So this is before school starts, right? How much does she drink before school starts? So did you put that in what we know? She drinks what? There it is. She drinks. So tell her to make sure that she puts that down. So what does she need to write? So here you have she drinks 1/4 of a liter. When does she drink that? Okay, so make sure to put that before. much does she have? Do we know? So, what do we need to know? Before school starts, right? Hey coach, how's your math league doing? So let's read this together. So what do we know?
We know that she always brings a 1 liter bottle of water,
Okay.
and that she drinks 1/4 of the bottle before school starts.
Okay, so even before school starts, she drinks 1/4.
Yeah.
Right?
And that she drinks 2/3 of the rest before lunch.
Okay, so before lunch, she drinks two-thirds of the rest, right? Of 1/4? Why do you say that? What do you think?
Exactly. I'm sure.
So,
Maybe she
okay, so do we know how much the rest is? No. So we need to know what is the rest? How much is the rest at the beginning of the day, right?
What it makes sense is she has the full bottle, even though she already drank 1/4.
Right. So what is your whole then? Like if you were making your model, how are you going to have her create a model of the whole? What's the whole? The whole bottle. And how much is the whole bottle? So read that. How much is in the whole bottle? Okay, so can you help her make a model that shows one whole?
This one.
What kind of model should she make? Okay, so you want her to make a rectangle, an area rectangle model? So can you help her do that?
6, 1, 2, 3, 23. Yeah, but that's because
Be sure to label, Coach, make sure that your mathlete labels the model. Okay. So remember, coaches, to make sure that your mathletes are labeling the whole and what your model represents, right? So she's just making a rectangle to start? Does the measurement matter for us if we're doing fractions? Okay, so we're just going to make a rectangle, right?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I can tell my our mathletes are working hard because our pencils are moving. And I see lots of coaches really pivoting in and getting close and helping out their mathletes.
But why is this one wrong?
It's because the way you start off,
What should she label this as?
the water bottle.
This is one whole water bottle. How much water is in that water bottle? So read it up. So what's the first thing we need to find out?
Beginning of school.
Can you help her make a model of how much water's in her bottle? Beginning of school? Okay. So how's it going, Coach? How's your math doing?
So far right now we're just laughing
Okay, let's see. So, what does this represent?
It's our area model.
So that's the abstract representation. What's the real thing that we're trying to show?
We're trying to show water.
Okay, so is this the whole of the bottle of water?
Yeah.
So you want to label this a whole bottle of water?
Yeah, I put it right here. But I didn't put bottle.
Ah.
And then go again. So how many? One. 3, 8. Like this?
All right, so can you guys explain to me how you came up with this here with your model?
Well, I just started to cut it up, draw through the lines downwards, and make it into 12. Right here it says she drinks 1/4 of the bottle proportion.
Okay, so she drank.
Try to do an area model.
Okay, so where is the amount that she drinks? She drinks 1/4. Can you show me 1/4 that she drinks? So what should she do to show the 1/4 she drinks?
What she already did was shade it in.
Okay, so this whole thing is what she drinks? So this is 1/4, right? Is that true?
1/4.
Okay,
So
so
we should
can
shade this in 2. Then that would make it 3/12. No, because it's like 2.
okay, let's listen to your coach. Why do you think that she should shade in the whole?
Because that's
whole column.
1/4 itself, the whole column.
So that whole column she's already drank, so it's gone, right? So can you tell her what to label this as?
Erase it and then add a little bit amount of water that.
So when did she drink that?
Made these both. Sometimes when it's in the morning.
So is that what she drank before school starts?
Yeah.
But didn't it just say
Okay, so here, this whole fourth. So tell me, so this fourth is gone before the bell rings, right?
So you have to erase it, but and make it a word so that because now
So hold on, let's wait. Let's see if we can get your math on track. So what does she start out her day? When the bell rings, how much water does she drink?
she has a whole liter.
So read this. So Hallie goes to school with water. She drinks
1/4 of the bottle before school starts.
before school starts. So even before school starts.
He drinks water.
So when school starts, how much water does she have?
She has about 3.
So is that here in your model? So can you help her show how much is left for her to drink during the day? So what portion? Can you show her?
I think that 3/4 is left for her to drink for the whole day since she only drank 1/4.
So can you help her label what's left? When the bell rings, show us what. Have her show us what's there. Can you label it?
Yeah, label it right here. Wait, what do I label? Like this. Water left. Before school starts. Yeah. No, after school starts.
Right when school starts, right? So, because if it's before school starts, she drinks 1/4. When school starts,
She has control.
so can you explain that to her? Can you explain that to your mathlete of why she's doing that?
We're writing that because since she drank 1/4 in the morning, she would have 3/4 left to drink in the during the day.
And then wait, did we get this wrong?
Okay. So what's the next part?
Wait, but then it says and 2/3 of the rest. Oh, that makes sense. So we're not right.
Okay, so can you guide her to the next part?
So now we can erase this.
Yeah, let's see what we take better.
Oh, I see. My friends have their tools out. Nice. You can just get one. Who's the mathlete and who's the coach? Okay. So you want to share with him?
Now how much is that?
Okay. So what do we have going on here?
Well, we did the model and then we did like what we know and what we don't know. We shaded 2, 2/3, 1/4.
Okay. Hold on. Let's back up. Let's back up. So can you read the first part of the question to your mathlete?
Every morning, Haley drinks 1 liter of water. She
Okay. Stop right there.
mainly in the future as part of
Can you help him create a model that just shows the 1 liter bottle of water?
but smaller than 2/3.
Can he draw the hole that shows just the 1 liter bottle of water? Because here I'm not sure. So where is your one hole? Is this your one hole? Where's your hole?
We didn't do it, but she does it.
You think that would be a good place to start, Coach? No? Why not? Okay. So do you think maybe we can just use this space? Let's see. Let's come back to this because maybe this will help us. But let's start with just go step by step with the problems. So can you help him go step by step to create a model that represents this problem?
312. Oh yeah, 312.
So what's the first step?
Yes, it does, because there's a draw. Yeah, but look.
So to draw one hole, how many squares would you need?
12? Just
Just one, right? Just a rectangle. So
you have to change this. How many millions?
Probably more to
Yeah.
okay. So can you help him read the next sentence?
Drinks 1/4 of the bottle before school starts.
Okay, stop right there. So read it again.
Drinks 1/4 of the bottle. We still need to find out the
Can
rest.
you help him draw a model that shows how much he drank before school
The
starts?
rest before lunch. Look, what fraction of the
Okay,
bottle
tell him what
does
to
he
do.
drink after school starts but before lunch? We found that
How
out.
many lines should he make then? Okay, why is he making 3 lines? Can you tell him why?
3/4 because she already drank the morning, so she has. So this is
Okay. So how much did she drink?
She drank 1/4 of a bottle and then when school, and the rest she drank 2/3.
And then help him label that. Okay, so then I'm gonna come back.
This is the answer, right? 4. Do we go to the next one? Not 1/4.
So you think you're ready to go to the next part?
I didn't get 4.
Minus what? That doesn't make sense. Because she drank 1/4 in the morning. Yeah, but still, that's 1/4 makes it 4.
If we make them right here.
It would make sense right there. Who should be TRO?
Tell me what you guys have done.
Okay, so since she drank 1/4 in the morning, 3/4 plus 6 12. 3/4. should do an inch of it. Should do an inch of it.
Okay, so you multiplied 1/4 times 2/3. How much did she have left? She had 3/4 left. Okay. So, can you explain what this is showing me here?
1/4 and then
Okay, so this is gone, right? So what does she have left? Is this labeled as what she has left? Okay, so can you label that this is what's in her bottle after the bell rings, right, in the morning? Okay, so this is gone, and this is what? Okay, so then what?
drink 2/3 of the rest. So then how, I don't know, can this is half?
Ah, all right, let's see. So this is what's left. What is 2/3 of what's left? Then, so she drinks 2/3 of this? Okay, so how would you show that?
So you can't go to 2/3 of the
So can you help your mathlete show how that looks?
shading. 1 divided by 2 equals 2. It's not gonna work. Except you can simplify it anyway. Another third. Just like it says 5/9.
Okay, is this that's a third of a third, right? Or a third of a third? All right, so this is gone. And so now we're just dealing with this. So how much is this of the whole? Now this is the portion you're dealing with.
Yeah,
So how much is this?
like 5 times 5 times 1 is not equal to 9. Yeah, well, you can do it like
Well,
1 times something
if you're just
else.
looking at what she has left in her bottle, right? What is 2/3 of what's left in her bottle?
6 divided by 6. You can't do it because 6 can go to 1.
So can you explain that to him?
Let's say that's 9 units. Everyone divided into 30. You would get
So if you're looking at there's 9 units here, then 2/3 of those 9 units would be what? So tell him again what he needs to shade in.
we need to shade in 6 units. So it would be, so this is 3, that's would have been 1/3, and then plus 2, so 3.
And then what would he label that as?
What she drank before lunch.
Okay, so help him label that, so we're keeping track of our work.
So it would be from here to here. Would be yeah. Become to me too. What he has. We know. Well, now we know what answer. Or her aunt told us. So I think that we think it is.
So Mathlete, do you understand why she's having you do that? Or do you want to ask a clarifying question?
Yeah, I understand.
Okay, so do you want to make sure he understands? What could you ask him?
Explain to me what we just did. We didn't drinks our models are right before lunch.
And where was that?
I think our models are right. So we can know what she has left after school starts and before lunch.
Okay. So what's next, Coach?
She would, since she had already drank all of that and all of this, so then this would be what she had left in the bottle still. What else do you like? You get the bottle? So she left 1/3 of the liter in. So how do we do the more of the bottle?
So how should he represent that on the paper?
We use a different shape. We use any shape. We can use.
Could that also be labeled on the model?
Rectangle, circle, and that's in the bottom. Can we use triangle?
So you ready to switch?
Rhombus? Yes. So use a polygon. Can we use a half circle?
Before, after school, and
So how's your math like going?
and also the milliliters left are
So how many milliliters are in the whole? Remember we said at the beginning that comes from the word mean, right?
1,000.
So there's 1,000 in the whole of the bottle. How many milliliters are in
1/4. Oh, 250.
How do you know? Help him understand how you know.
I know that it's 250 because if you divide 1,000 into 4, it's 250. It's the same thing as like 100 divided by 4.
So are you on B? Are you?
Now we're gonna write our numbers.
Okay. Are you the coach then? Ah. All right, so let's go back. So help your mathlete go back and reread the question and kind of figure out where you are now.
Oh, like one whole.
Let's go back. So, what did she drink of this?
1/4 of the bottle before school starts.
Did you show that in your model?
Before lunch.
So, Coach, can you help her show how much she drank before lunch?
These two? No, like this whole.
So, how much did she drink? 2/4?
Because it's 3 and there's 1/4 left.
Hold on. So here is what she's got to start school, right?
We can leave it like that because she drank 1/4 and there's 3/4 left.
Well, so this is what she did before school, right? Or right when the bell rings. She drinks what?
1/4. 2/3 before lunch.
So how much does she drink before lunch? 2/3 of Of the 1 liter or of what she has left? So how would you have your math lady show that 2/3 is gone?
You have the shade in being 2/3. No. It would be the same. Because it kind of wrong. We thought this was a 3, so I thought it was going to be 2 11s.
So Coach, is that 2/3 of this?
No, this is straight 2 11s.
Okay, so can you help her? Well, that's okay.
Here we shaded
So if you're looking at what she has left, Coach, can you help her see out of what she has left what 2/3 of this is?
I'd say that you have to like this. Like this?
Okay. So where are your thirds?
16 from 10 swim. Well, they're going this way.
Okay, so if this is 1/3, this is 2/3, this is 3/3.
So you have to shade in these. And that makes sense.
So can you help her show what she's? So remember that, Coach, make sure this is what's already gone, right?
So it would have to be 316.
Right. Go down very fast. Wait, 1 4.